Hello, everyone, and as always, welcome back to Strategy Gaming Dojo, where we find, learn, and play one more turn of the great strategy games. And today it's back into our beginner's guide for going medieval. Um, this is a lot of fun. I really like this game so far, and I think there will only be more and more interesting things added to it. Now, I just wanted to back up for a second, kind of talk about grand overview here. If whether you've played one of these games or not played one of these types of games, maybe you've spent some time with Rimworld or similar games to that, which this is very similar to. Um, One thing that you have to fight against, and I say this to myself as well as to you, is not overloading what you're having your people do. And what do I mean by that? Well, there's a real tendency to say, oh, I want, let's just say, all of these trees cut down, and to go ahead and plan that. And then, oh, I want to farm here and I want to gather that there. If you give them like 20 tasks to do, they're not going to do any of them very efficiently. It's going to take too much time. You really got to kind of prioritize what you want to do first. Now, we're very, very early on here, and I would say anytime you start one of these types of games, the first thing you always want to do is gather up the stuff the game already gave you and put it down into a storage facility, however that works in the game. In this game, you have this zone, as it's called, where you can tell your people where you want to store stuff. And you can see this light up, that's where we're going to store our weapons, right by the front door. And then back here is where we're going to store our foodstuffs and miscellaneous items. You want to set that up, get a wall around it, and a roof. All right. And that way, it's going to be preserved for as long as you can preserve it anyway. This is just going to be our storage shed, essentially. If we put on the roof here, you'll see it's not even quite built yet. This is opaque because Quinnell, who's one of our builders, is going to have to build it once I think she was sleeping. Maybe she's even eating right now. Wow, no, Dudley went and ate. Of course he did. He's happy as can be as he went to eat. Now let's go down actually and look, and I'll pan the camera around if I can do. There we go. Now we can see it better. Let's go actually look at what we were given at the start. We've got a cabbage pile, another cabbage pile. We've got a short bow. We've got linen. Okay. We've got packaged meals. We've got hay. That's how you build the roof. We've got wood piles and we've got some healing kits. Okay. So we're going to want these guys before we really give them anything else to do. Um, we essentially want whoever is a carrier to carry stuff and whoever's a constructor to build the rest of this building. Once we have that, then we can start thinking about what we want to do next. Of course, priority number one is always food, but we do have some other food things out here. If we hover over this, if you look down to the bottom left, it's mushrooms mature. Now, we're going to have to learn how to cook. There's a culinary aspect of this game, kind of a crafting of food, if you will. So we're going to have to build up to that, but we at least want to go gather them. Now, I'm not exactly sure how long things will last in storage. I just haven't dug that deep into the rule book. But ultimately, these are mature. We're going to want to go pick those sooner rather than later. We're also going to want to cut down some trees. Like here, for instance, we eventually want this to be a field. We'll cut this tree. There's some over here by some other resources we'll cut. You're always going to need wood. It's food, then wood is kind of 1-2. These weapons, we need to equip our people with the weapons. So once we get them carried in here, we'll take a look at exactly who we want to have what. Um, Dudley, because of our general rules, so like our manage, Dudley's all weapons and Adelena is all weapons. They have already picked up some stuff. As you can see, Dudley picked up the sturdy steel short sword that was auto equipped. Yeah, the game tells, hey, that's kind of nice actually. I like to see that. Just gives you more information. And it tells you more about the weapon here. All right, so Dudley picked that up. What does he got here? He's got a fine wooden buckler, a small, nimble circular shield ideal for duels and other hand-to-hand combat. Okay. Excellent. Okay, so Dudley's already picked those up because of these kind of big general manage items. We told him all weapons, and the game said, well, Dudley's got the better, fighting ability, so it gave him the buckler. And now Adelena has picked up a sturdy wooden spear. All right, and that this may be a pointed stick, but it does the job in a pinch for fending off wolves and warmongers. Now, we do not have anyone that shoots particularly well. So we've got two good bows. Hopefully, somebody that comes along and wants to join our merry crew will have a good shooting ability because that obviously could be pretty important. Whether it be for hunting, hunting is not something we've really talked about. But as you can see, there's wildlife out here. If we go down here and kind of hover over this, is it going to tell me what that is? Looks like an elk to me. I'm just going to guess here. Do we have to get off Dudley to see it? Ah, there we go. It's a deer. It's a deer. Okay, so we got a deer. We've got two deer out here. That could provide some good food. Now, you have some things that you need to build to take advantage of stuff like that. One is a butcher's table. We also need to build a research desk. So our researcher, and I believe that's Quinnell, let's just go look. That's easy enough to go look, right? Intellectual. She's a 19. I think Adelena is very good as well. She's a 21. All right. And if we go look at our jobs and we can look at research, we put Quinnell and Adelena on a level one. That's not always ideal. You really kind of want to have one person researching, one person constructing, one person dealing with food items. We'll get there. At the start, though, research, we can't do that. You can see it's even grayed out here. It says construct a research bench to unlock new research items. Well, we got to worry about food and beds first. We don't even have a third bed yet. That should be one of the first things she builds today. So she'll build that, she'll build the roof, and then we'll start thinking about a second building that will actually be our home. But that may, we'll see. We'll see how that all plays out. All right, let's go ahead and start the game. When I play games like this, I try not to pause too often. I think it makes it a lot more fun and a lot more challenging if you really make it real time. Now, at the start and also during this kind of beginner's guide, I will pause from time to time, but I always think it's fun when I'm just playing myself, playing a competitive kind of game, to just let the clock run. And if you can't get everything done, well, that just kind of simulates how hard it is to survive. So, anyway, I don't know. That's just my thought on it. You do what the heck you want. All right, let's play. Let's play. And hopefully, she or one of these, I think Adelena's our builder, right? Sometimes I forget. Yeah, carpenter and construction. Adeline is pretty good at that. Hopefully, she'll start building. She'll build this other bed. She'll start dealing with the roof. Oh, okay. Her and Dudley are both going to do it. Meanwhile, Quinnell has decided she's going to go over here and eat. You can always tell that because it's that yellow circle goes above their head, and the amount of time it takes them to eat is, that filling up that circle. Okay, Quinnell is actually going to take a nap. Good for her. Okay. Why is Dudley upset? Now I do wish I could click on something, and maybe there is a way to do this. I'm still fairly new to the game to know exactly why he's upset. I wish it would just kind of pop up above his head. You can always go click on him. Oh, he's hungry. Okay, that's why it's red. So sleep, mood, hunger. Those are going to be the main reasons they're upset. You can also see what Dudley's going to be doing next when you're clicked on him. So when he gets upset, you go click on Dudley and you say, "Why are you upset, Dudley?" Well, we've got food, so that's not a big problem. Um, you can see we still got more of the roof to build. Come on, folks. I've kept it hidden because I like to look down in here. They've tried to build some of it. Here she comes. Hopefully she's going to finish that off. Oh my gosh, Dudley's eating again. This guy is just a monster when it comes to the food. That's that's not great. Um, Shared bedroom. I wonder if that's room created shared bedroom. I wonder if that's actually a penalty though. Oh, see, Dudley's not good at construction yet, so that construction failed. In other words, we wasted wood having Dudley do some construction because he's just not very good at it. All right, off they run. Now I've got this on the slowest mode. Obviously, early on, once you get used to the game, you may want to speed this up. But we got to get them out there and gathering this stuff. Now that all three of them are doing it, we should be in pretty good shape. And I kind of want somebody to go cut down these couple of trees here. So let's just drag this to get both those trees, and we'll set that up for somebody to go chop those down. We're going to need a lot more wood. Um, but again, I don't want to give them too many tasks until we've gathered all of this stuff up. Then we'll start worrying about that. It's always a balance, right? Because you don't want them just standing around doing nothing. Um, but you don't want to take them off the most important task at the time. One thing we haven't talked about is up here, packaged meal. This gives you a rundown of all of your overall inventory. Packaged meals, simple healing, ale, linen, sticks, wood, chronicles, and mechanical components. That's what we've got right now in our stockpile and our reserves. It seems like these only get added once we actually go pick them up out here. I guess we kind of maybe don't like own them. Oh, look at Dudley knocking those trees down. This guy's a monster out here. We've still got this on the hatchet. Why don't we go ahead and chop that one down too? Because we will want this to be a field eventually. Something else we got to think about building is religious structures. And I was thinking, this is our waste pile. Do I want to put religious structures next to the waste pile? I don't really want to offend anybody in such a fashion, but I'm sitting here thinking, gosh, that sounds awful. Wooden restitutionist and wooden oak brethren. Now let's go look at the religiosity again. Um, she is Oak Brethren. Dudley is Restitutionist and also a Restitutionist. Okay, so we're going to need both. We'll do the Restitutionist shrine first. Gosh, I don't dare put it. I just feel odd putting it out by the waste pile. Um, Why don't we put it, I don't know, back over here in this little grove? Doesn't that look nice? Yes, this looks like where you would come to worship. You can rotate these by R and L. Um, I guess we'll put this shrine right here. Sure. And then we'll put the wooden oak shrine next to it. I don't know. Is that sacrilege to these people? Could be. Could be. Maybe we'll put that on the other side over here in these woods. And so the two different religious factions can kind of. Whoops. Whoa. Things got out of control. There we go. Let's put this one. I don't know. This looks nice. This looks like a nice place to put a religious shrine. Um, We'll just put it right there for now. Okay. So now hopefully they'll get about building those. Let's make sure nobody's sitting around hauling to stockpile, sleeping, constructing. You can always see right up here who's doing what. You just don't want it to say they're idle. Okay, Adelena is immediately going to get over here and start building this. Excellent. I thought I would keep this nice little grove of trees. Oh, I also want to harvest these mushrooms. And I want to harvest anything that's food-like across here. Okay, so I'm gonna just pull it really big, and you can see anything. Oh, it's nighttime. Wow. All right. Okay. These are all clay piles. All right, that's not to harvest. Here we go. So it's going to do, oh, these are bones. Forbidden. Yes, I do want to keep those forbidden. I don't know what we would do with bones. Maybe make a broth. I don't know. Some of these people are supposedly cannibal. Well, not our people, but some of the people in the game are cannibals. Now you can see we've got everything stacked up in here. So we've now taken care of doing all of that. Um, I'm gonna build our let's make sure our roof is on. It is. Okay, so now we've got and Dudley's sleeping. It's nighttime. We're gathering up the mushrooms. That's nice. We can click this off. We did have a shortage of food a minute ago, but now we don't. I am actually going to cut down some trees. Do we have any waste yet? Not yet. It doesn't look like they put any waste in our waste pile. I'm gonna go. I guess this is. I mean, we may as well just cut into here, right? That's where we've got the most amount of. wood that we could gather. I mean, we could do this as well since it's closer, or we could just go ahead and knock that out. I just thought it was nice to have a few trees around. Um, I will have them harvesting, sleeping, constructing. Okay, so they're still doing stuff. I guess we'll come get these trees because I do want to start building something else because we've got to set up a research table and we've got to set up. Okay, so our big manor is going to be here eventually, but I think the best way to do this is kind of room by room in some respects. We're going to have to do the first two rooms together because we just want it to be centered, right? I mean, you don't want, let's keep these fairly close to each other. All right, whoops, hold on, go back to the wooden wall, my friend. There we go. All right. Um, I guess I'll have that a little offset. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, oh, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, let's do that. Okay, this is where we're going to have the main door eventually, but we can put one part of it over here. All right, I'm going to go ahead and do it this way. 5, 6. All right. Now then, let's click off that. Let's turn around. So this is going to be kind of the main front entrance. Now you don't want to make this too big at the start. It just becomes unwieldy when you do that. Did I not harvest these? I thought we had these on harvest. Maybe not. Okay, Dudley's awake and he's working. All right, let's wait and see what happens as he builds this, whether I need to add one more. Now all we're gonna do is build one room of this to start with. That'll be our research center, and then maybe on the other side we'll build another room, and that'll be where we cook. His construction failed again. Come on, Dudley. We are going to have a hallway, I think, through here. Now, I will warn you from the start, I am not an artist. And so, if this building gets looking a little wonky, I'm all about how well it works practically. No artist here. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. All right. I actually want this to be 22. I think I put the other part. We'll do that there. Okay. Now, why did I want it to be 22? Well, that's a great question because in the center, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Over here in the center is where we're going to put our door, but we're only going to put one part of the door to start with. And we're going to have a hallway through the middle. At least that's the plan. We'll see how it turns out. This may already be too big when you look at like our wood supply, but ultimately we've got more wood hauling to stockpile, getting resources for construction. Dudley's pissed. Now, why is that? He's always a little upset. All right, so we've got our door. And this would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 12, 13. Yeah, okay. We need to actually move it over to here. All right, we'll put the door in there. Did I do that? Hold on. Yeah, okay. We'll put a door in there. Let's right click. These guys are going to take some time to do this, but we got to start researching when we can because we really need to start growing our own food. Whoops. All right, let's turn this around. All right, so did I do this right? I don't know. We'll see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Okay, on that side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That would be 11. Okay, so this needs to be a door as well. All right, let's do it. Whoa! Sometimes the camera control. That's not the game's fault. That's me releasing the mouse button too soon. All right, there we go. Let's do a wooden door. Okay, now you may have just seen that. There are multiple stories in this game, so if you back this up a little bit, you could put this on the second story. Well, we're not going to do that, of course. All right, so we'll have two doors, kind of competing doors there. Side by side. Now, ooh, I wonder if I should have flipped that. Well, we may have to flip. Whoops, didn't want that. Let's deconstruct, cancel you. Hold on. Yeah, you have to come here on the wooden door and then cancel. There we go. All right. Oh, I want that. I want them to be side by side. It's not going to look as pretty. When I say side by, I want the opening buckle there, or whatever you want to call it, to be side by side. I didn't want them to be like that. We may have to deconstruct this and rotate it. I'm not even sure how you would do that exactly. All right, we're just going to have double doors for right now. That's probably not how you do it in the suburbs, but that's how we're going to do it here for now. Now we are going to have then a hallway that goes here. Now this research room does not have to be big. Um, and so we'll start our hallway. Wooden wall, sleeping, hauling stockpile. She is idle, and that's what you don't want. So let's just make this like a 3. Okay, yeah, let's make it 4. And then we'll go here. And we're going to make this the research room. We may eventually put other stuff in here. Um, we're going to leave that open. That's going to be like a doorway, but we're not actually going to have a door. No reason to waste resources. All right. And as you can see, it was trying to ask me if I wanted another story, but I didn't. Okay, so that's going to be the little research room. Let's right click, and then we are going to need some more wood here. We may as well go ahead and start getting it. I think this grove I may eventually have to cut down. I hate to do it. They're beautiful out there. Let's get the axe out, and let's just get a few of these to start with. All right. And then let's go to production, basic research table. There we go. All right, so let's get down here. You walk in, you go back here to your desk. It's beautiful. We'll just put it right in the center of the room, maybe. Let's make sure that lines up. Not that I'm that big of a stickler, but I just want it to look right. There we go. All right. So now they'll have basic research, and we can get to researching some things. We do need to put a roof on this, at least this part. Uh, that may eventually look kind of weird, but that's all right. Thatched roof. Let's go ahead and do that. All right. And if we turn the roofs back on, you'll see how that's supposed to be built eventually. So we'll have like multiple roofs. We may have to like deconstruct that at some point because that's going to get to looking a little weird. Let's actually get more stuff for our roofs, which is the grass out here. That's what you need. Also, this tree doesn't look that healthy. This one's on some resources, so let's axe it. We'll also get this little tree. That's gonna have to be good enough. But I wanted that grass for more thatch. And then once the research table is built, we can go start talking about research a little bit and how that works. There's actually quite a bit to it in this game. So we see Dudley's out here chopping down some grass, Quinelle is sleeping, and Adelina is cutting. What is she cutting is the question. Oh, she's cutting down trees potentially. If we look over here, let's right click so we get off that. How are we doing? Got 35 cabbage, 6 package meals. We've got some mushrooms, some herbs, a simple healing kit, ale, linen cloth, hay. We actually have a decent amount of hay. Clay, sticks. Yeah, we need more wood, and that's kind of slowing us down at this moment. All right, now we're starting to get that, and Adelina went and got resources. Now she's going to start building this. Dudley's on the full run, on the full trot by Dudley here. Now this will, oh, okay. Dudley, go after it. Build that research table, my friend. We need that. We also are going to have to build a little kitchen that I guess we'll put on the other side here. Now that may be a little bit bigger. Then we'll build like a living space maybe here with another, we'll do another hall. And then maybe over here we'll do all of the sleeping spaces. For now, we've only got 3 people, so they can just sleep on the floor in here. Some person might want to say, hey, I'll sleep over in the research room. Dudley snores too much. Hopefully not. Hopefully we don't have those kind of problems. Now, this double door is driving me nuts. Okay, we've unlocked the research panel. Excellent. All right. If we get down here, whoops, I don't want to look at the roof. So, oh, it's going to show us building. Let's just click on the research table. All right, and this will tell you about it. Okay, Quinelle's got a good botany level now. To start producing something, select a workstation and add a product from the product list. To set the number of products you want the settlers to make. Tip, set the food production to until you have made or until you have mode so your settlers will continually produce if they have material up to the required number. Okay, well here we are. It's the research table and it's a basic research table, products, resource produced, chronicles, all right, job type research. Let's click on that. Okay, so these are the different things that you can make at the research table. In this case, it's chronicles. Chronicles are how you research things in this game. Um, we could do this forever to a certain amount. I think for now, I'm going to set it forever and now it's going to say waiting for workers. So someone will always be researching right now, uh, you know, based on what priority we've given research. Well, we have 2 people on a 1, so we will certainly be getting a lot of research done. Poor Dudley's going to have to do everything manual because the 2 ladies in our group will be researching like crazy. We could cut down a bunch of this stuff because this could eventually be a field. So to the extent, wow, lots of bone piles out here. Like I said, if we want to make a good broth. Okay, so how does this work? Well, when we get to research, right now, tutorial research. Research, unlock new building options and production types in the research panel. Various forms of knowledge in the form of books are available to unlock research items. Unlock research items will not consume the books. Take care of your books. Having them destroyed or stolen will disable unlocking new research items until the previously allocated amount is reached. Um, they're produced at research tables. Okay, so we have a basic research table, a research table, an advanced research table. All right, what did all of that mean? Well, think of knowledge as something being produced. All right, now as we started the game, we had 25 chronicles. To unlock architecture, it cost 15 chronicles. So we can do that. You can see requirements, none other than these 15 chronicles. We do that and we now have architecture. All right, what does that unlock? the wooden beam. Beams of solid wood have held up the floors and ceilings of England for centuries. So if we want to do a double-decker structure or something like that, we would then have wooden beams that we can run around for our architectural purposes now that we've unlocked the first level of architecture. Okay, what do we want next? Well, probably agriculture. What does that take? Well, it's going to take 15 more chronicles. We spent 15. Now we need 5 more because we have 10 left. When we do that, we will get cabbage fields, carrot fields, beet fields, barley fields. As you can see why research is so important. We need those 5 other chronicles so we can start growing our own food. We could also go into clay brick making, stone block cutting, smelting, wooden weaponry, tailoring. I mean, this thing goes on and on and on. Uh, we start here, but there's a lot more to it. So anyway, the point is we need, okay, so we have praying, sleeping, idle. Okay, well, we need people doing more than that. Let's go ahead and cut down these trees that are eventually going to be in a field. So let's get off that. Let's chop wood, and we'll chop all of these kind of not great trees. How about those first? All right. So now they'll definitely have something to do all the time if it's not research because I've got that on forever. And so as you can see, it's a real workstation there. Oh, do I have this turned around backwards? Looks like I do. Gosh darn it. It's the second time I've done that. Does it matter? I don't think so, but we're going to find out. Let's get off that. Can I just rotate it? That's actually a good question. Jump to description info. If it's turned around like that, I'm afraid. Oh, by the way, we have a new thing. That's what that's showing us, that we now have wooden beams. That we've researched that, and we now have wooden beams. Gosh darn it, I think we're going to have to deconstruct that. All right, somebody will have to get over and do that, and then we'll have to rebuild it. Well, that's what you call learning the game. Uh, now, this just has an open way to the outside until we get about fixing these walls. We do always have to worry about getting attacked, too. I mean, that's something to worry about. But we've got one structure. That's why you got to get one structure up with a door on it at least, so your people are safe. They're safe from the elements too. So research, maybe I will put the kitchen here and we'll just have this kind of be the utility side and over here will be living and sleep. I think that's what I'll eventually do. We're cutting down things. Come deconstruct this, people. It's going to take somebody to do it. All right. Who's awake right now? Sleeping and praying. Where's Dudley? Okay, here comes Dudley. He'll tear stuff down, let me tell you. So this wasted a couple hours, maybe a few sticks of wood. But that's how you learn. I do wish I'm gonna have to go look exactly how you do this door so that the two opening. I mean, functionally, it's not really gonna matter. I guess unless we need to carry something really big in here, maybe that would be kind of awkward. Okay, thanks, Dudley. Appreciate it. My fault. My fault, man. Now let's go back to basic research table and let's get down here where we can see it, and we'll go right, right. There we go. Is that how it should be set? Or is that how it should be set? I think it's got to be that way. There we go. Yeah, that is how it's got to be, I think. That looks right. All right. Now then, maybe we'll get somebody doing some research. Well, gosh, now that I look at that, I'm like, is that true? Oh, hey, look out. Don't do that. All right. Now we've got cutting, getting resources, And Adelana's sleeping. Gosh darn it, I keep looking at this. I'm like, is that right? Heck, I don't know. Come on, build it, Dudley. We got to look at it. The way it's showing us is this where they look, where you would put pieces of paper and stuff, that should be leaning back to the back. I hope I didn't screw this up again. It'll cost us another hour. Wow, look at Dudley go, man. The wood's just flying. Go, Dudley, go. Yes, that's how it's supposed to look. All right, perfect. And you can see it rise from the ashes. Excellent. Okay, now somebody should, and let's give them, there's furniture. Let's give them a little stool to sit down when they do their research. I think that'd be nice. All right, so we'll put that there. Now they've got a nice little stool when they come into the research center. Okay, getting resources, hauling to stockpile, sleeping. Okay. Well, we know Dudley will be getting hungry again in the not too distant future. Um, because that's what Dudley does. Let's go look at other things that we could build. A banner, an unmarked grave, a pyre. We could do a fence. Okay. And more things will be unlocked as we go on. We could also, okay, default stockpile, wooden merlin, a stick trap. Okay. Banner, unmarked grave, pyre, and fence. Shouldn't we put a banner down? Like by the front door? I mean, just like announcing, here we are. I'm gonna put a banner down there. All right. Um. Wow. I can't wait to do a funeral pyre. We could also put a backgammon table in here for having some fun. We've already built our religious objects. I mean, so much of this is going to be about research now. We got a clay brazier, a wooden table medium, a hay sleeping. Okay, we already knew about those. A large wood table. We'll have to put a place for them to eat. Let's also put, I don't know, well, I don't want to put it on the thatch roof. Let's put a torch here on both sides so that people can see when they're coming into the house. That's going to look nice. Right click there. All right, and then we need a butchering table and a campfire. Campfire allow us to cook some things. I've had a question about this. I've been trying to figure it out. Can you have a campfire inside? Well, we're going to for the time being. Now, rain obviously would put it outside, and it's going to do it here as well. But for now, we're going to build our campfire here. When we put up a thatch roof above this, question whether that's going to be a great idea. Uh, I just don't know. I probably should go read more about it. But I'm not sure if you can have these under a roof like if you have. Oh, speaking of which, let's have a window. Hey, look at our torches go. That looks nice. Hauling to stockpile. Okay, they're all hauling wood. Let's actually put a window on here. Wooden beam, wooden floor, thatch roof, wooden window. All right, so how many from the door? One, two, three, four. This would be five. One, two, three, four. Okay, so it's going to be a little offset towards the center, but that's okay. And then we'll put another one over here. One, two, three, four, five. Right there. All right, so now we'll have a window. I do want these people to start researching, though. I thought the priority was one, and so I'm gonna have to go look at this because we need somebody to sit down and start thinking about what's going on here. Um, Meal prep missing. Yep. Tutorial mood. Okay. Mood represents your settler's happiness. Be sure to check on your settler's mood. Often, a low mood can result in settlers rebelling and refusing to follow orders. If a settler's mood reaches zero, they will leave your settlement. Things like cooked or lavish meals, comfortable beds, and a fair amount of leisure time can help your settler's spirits. All right. Let's go see. Her mood is 70. Well, that's the target. Um, Right now it's at 72%. Oh, okay. Well, this goes into a lot more detail than I even realized. And you can see the different levels. The target's 76%. If she was at 100%, she'd be joyful. She'd be neutral at 85%, annoyed at 30%. Okay, so we're kind of in the mushy middle. So she's at 72. Oh, wow. Yeah, our guy Dudley's at 95. He's having the time of his life. He's like, man, I never realized I'd be out in the wilderness with two ladies. Dudley's never had it so good. Um, okay. Sleeping, hauling stockpile. Let's go look at our jobs because I want to make sure our research. We got 101 convalescence hunt. Okay, so construct. We've got Adelena with a 1 on construct. So she's doing that before her research. So when Quinnell wakes up this time, it'll be interesting to see, will she start going to do research? We need her to. And as a matter of fact, when the minute she wakes up, I'm actually going to click on her and we're going to prioritize research just to make sure. Okay, she's now well rested. I'm letting her sleep too long. All right, they're getting all this wood. Next, we're going to cut down some more grass for thatch, probably get some more wood. We may start constructing where we want to prepare our meals. Oh, we maybe want to start doing that now, but we will do that next time. When we come back, we're going to start getting Quinnell to do some research and we're going to build our kitchen. Maybe we'll do it over here, actually. That might be a better idea, easier to do. We'll build our little kitchen over here and we'll have them start preparing some food. Who's a good chef? I don't know. Do we have a Gordon Ramsay out here? We shall see. All right. Thank you so much. This has been Strategy Gaming Dojo. Hope you're enjoying this one. I like this game a lot. I'll be back next time. Have a good one.